We've all felt sad, like when a friend moves away or after a tough day at work. Because sadness is so familiar, we sometimes assume we understand depression. But is depression just a deeper kind of sadness? Actually, that's a big misconception. If we think depression is just sadness, we might say things like, just cheer up, or try to think positive. This attitude can be harmful, making people feel blamed and misunderstood. To truly help, we need to understand the real difference. Sadness is a normal emotion, a reaction to something painful. Depression, though, is a serious medical condition that affects both mind and body. It doesn't always need a reason to appear. It can feel like a heavy fog that won't lift. Understanding this difference is the first step toward real compassion. So let's break down the myths and see what depression really is. We'll explore how sadness works, then dive into the reality of depression. By the end, you'll see, depression isn't just sadness. Recognizing this truth helps us break stigma and offer real support. Let's begin. Myths about depression cause real harm. One myth: depression is a sign of weakness or lack of willpower. In reality, depression is a health condition, like diabetes or heart disease, not a character flaw. Believing these myths can make people feel ashamed and stop them from seeking help. Another myth: you can just snap out of it. But depression isn't a choice, and you can't simply will it away. Telling someone to snap out of it only makes them feel more alone. Some think depression is always caused by a sad event, but it can appear for no clear reason. Even people with good lives can develop depression. Depression is complex, with causes like genetics and brain chemistry. And talking about depression doesn't make it worse, it helps. Open conversation breaks stigma and encourages people to seek help. The truth, understanding, and support matter most. Sadness is a basic human emotion, a natural response to loss or disappointment. Think of failing an exam or losing a pet. Sadness is expected and healthy. It's usually tied to a specific cause and fades with time. Even when sad, you can still laugh, enjoy a meal, or find comfort in friends. Sadness is like a wave. It comes, it goes, and it doesn't take over your life. You can still work, study, and take care of yourself, even if things feel a bit harder. Sadness doesn't change your core beliefs about yourself or the world. It's a focused emotional response, not a permanent state. Sadness teaches us what we value and signals when we need support. It helps us process grief and move forward. Without sadness, we wouldn't appreciate happiness as deeply. It's part of the full spectrum of human emotion. Recognizing sadness as normal helps us see why it's so different from depression. Sadness is temporary and specific. Depression is something else entirely. Depression isn't just sadness. It's a serious mood disorder. It can appear without a clear reason and lingers for weeks or months. Depression makes everything seem empty and pointless. It's not just feeling down, it's a constant state that changes your whole perspective. Many describe it as numbness or emptiness, not just sadness. People lose interest in things they once loved. This is called anhedonia. Depression also warps your thoughts, filling your mind with guilt and worthlessness. These negative thoughts are persistent and hard to escape. Unlike sadness, depression can make you feel fundamentally flawed. It's also physical: deep fatigue, sleep changes, appetite shifts, and even pain. Depression affects your whole body, not just your mood. It's a complex, debilitating illness, not a passing feeling. That's why it needs real attention and care. Depression's impact on daily life is huge. Simple tasks, getting out of bed, showering, eating, can feel impossible. This isn't laziness, it's a symptom of the illness. Depression disrupts routines, work, and relationships. People may withdraw from friends and family, feeling too exhausted to connect. Isolation makes depression worse, creating a painful cycle. Imagine Sarah, a teacher who loved her job. Depression made her lose interest in everything, even seeing friends. Her life slowly unraveled, not from sadness, but from the weight of depression. With sadness, you can still function and find relief. With depression, the darkness is constant and colors everything. Depression changes life itself, not just your mood. It affects your ability to work, love, and simply exist. That's why understanding its impact is so important. Recognizing depression is the first step toward healing. Seeking help is an act of courage, not weakness. Mental health is as important as physical health. There is hope, and help is available. Start by talking to a trusted doctor or mental health professional. Therapists and counselors can offer effective treatments, like therapy or medication. You don't have to do this alone. Take Mark, who struggled for months before reaching out. Therapy helped him find relief. Recovery isn't instant, but support makes a difference. Depression is not just sadness, it's a serious illness that needs real care. Busting the myth helps us offer compassion, not judgment. If you're struggling, you're not alone. Recovery is possible. Taking the first step is the bravest thing you can do.